good evening. Welcome to News at 9 live from the newsroom of Rupavahini.
Hello there, very good evening indeed. I'm Sharma Skumas.
And I'm Rohan Mendis.
The school uniform materials are to be obtained from a Sri Lankan manufacturer for the first time for the country's free school uniform material distribution program. This was another step taken by the government towards improving local industries. The majority quantity of textile material for school uniforms was purchased from the foreign countries so far. The national ceremony of free school uniform distribution program was held at the Presidential Secretariat this evening under the patronage of Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne. It was organized by the Education Services Ministry on the directions of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. School uniform material will be distributed free of charge among school children, numbering over 4 million for the year 2014. The Education Services Ministry says that the measures have been taken to provide school uniform material for students during the year 2014. Education Services Ministry says that measures have been taken to provide free school uniform material for students before the end of the third term of schools on the 6th of December. The government has spent 2,082 million rupees for the school uniform material. 11 million meters of uniform material have been purchased for students in 9,731 schools. The government has decided to present additional uniform material and shoes for school children in rural areas numbering to 700,000. Minister Bandula Gunawardena, Education Services Minister Duminda Disanaika and Deputy Ministers M.K. A.D.S. Gunawardena and Nandri Mitra Ekanaika were present.
"22 votes of ministries, including the office of the President, Prime Minister and opposition leader, were passed in Parliament today. The committee's stage budget debate was opened today by the Chief Opposition Whip, John Amaratunga. UNP MP John Amaratunga said that he came to know that Indian Prime Minister will arrive in the island to visit Jaffna. He asked as to how he is visiting the island without an invitation. It should not be allowed. He added that the opposition is completely against such a visit if the Indian Prime Minister is to visit Jaffna on an invitation extended by Vigneshwaran. The Indian Prime Minister has rejected to participate in the Commonwealth Summit. He asked as to how he is now coming to Sri Lanka after such an action. No one knows the hidden aim of his visit. He has a question as to whether their attempt is to create a separate state in the country. Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne said that the opposition leader has been allocated a good building and a super luxury vehicle from his budget. All these things will be given to him to organize the opposition in a better way as well as to maintain democracy. For this purpose, opposition and opposition leaders are essential, he said. Opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe said that a building and a vehicle are not enough for the opposition to carry out its activities. A democratic society is essential for the activation of the opposition. Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne also said that the opposition leader has made a request and a cabinet memorandum was submitted. The President and the cabinet have approved the proposal to provide a building and a vehicle for the opposition leader, and a program has been devised for him to continue his work in a just and efficient manner. The Chief Opposition Whip will also be provided assistance, he said. Mr. John Amaratunga said that the Sri Lanka has the largest cabinet in the world. Minister Vasudeva Nanayakkara noted that no one should worry about the expansion of the cabinet. It is essential to see whether the cabinet is working or not. UNP MP Tissa Attanayaka asked as to whether an island called Thivaran was handed over to Maldives or not. He also questioned the government as to whether 7 more islands have been given to a company called Kota Holdings connected to King Khalifa. He also asked the government as to whether an old army camp land in extent of 10-acre land have been handed over to a Singapore company called Shangya. Minister Dylan Pereira said that the parliamentarians Dr. Harsha De Silva and Eran Wickremaratne were given proper answers during the budget debate.
Well, the Met Department says that atmospheric disturbance surrounding the island is to persist inland. The rainy weather condition prevailing in the island is the result of the atmospheric disturbance, says the Meteorology Department. Sri Lanka will experience inter-monsoon weather pattern from October to December period. The Met Department says that atmospheric disturbances during this period is a normal phenomena during this period. Showers will be developed in the past few days due to this reason. The Director of Met Department, S.R. Jayasekara, says that the northern, north central, the eastern and over provinces as well as the Hambantota district could be mostly affected by the atmospheric disturbance prevailing in the island. He added that a rainy weather condition is expected in the next few days. Sea area will become rough. The wind speed will be increased up to 70 to 80 kilometers per hour during rain.
But the blowing of high-speed wind streams called tornado is not a normal occurrence in Sri Lanka. But however, we received rare visuals of such a tornado which occurred yesterday evening in Panadura. A tornado is a tube of violently spinning air that touches the ground. Wind inside the tornado spins fast, but the actual circle of wind around it is massive. This makes tornadoes very dangerous. There are 3 types of tornadoes, and according to the meteorologists, its general speed is around 170 kilometers per hour. The air stream spread to an area of 250 feet. In some occasions, the speed of tornado was reported to have exceeded 450 kilometers per hour, and it runs several kilometers, causing heavy devastation. Tornadoes could be experienced in any region except the Antarctic. Tornadoes mostly happen during strong thunderstorms. They can happen in almost any part of the world. In the United States, a tornado has occurred in all states. A tornado connected to sea was seen at Panadura yesterday. 2 tornadoes connecting the sea surface and rain clouds occurred in the area. The normal shape of tornado is like an elephant's trunk. These visuals clearly show the disturbance of the sea surface by the tornado stream. The middle part of the United States is nicknamed Tornado Alley owing to the large amount of tornadoes which occurred there. A tornado does not necessarily need to be visible. However, the extreme low pressure caused by high speed winds and rapid rotation usually causes water vapor in the air to condense into a visible condensation funnel. The tornado is the vortex of wind, not the condensation cloud. There were minor tornadoes in the sea and land areas in Sri Lanka from time to time, but filming of such occasions were minimal.
Well, 125,000 home garden cultivations are to be launched during the 5th stage of the Divinagama People's Living Standards Upliftment Program. Several proposals to encourage villagers for the purpose have been proposed in the 2014 budget. The Divinagama program was launched during the year 2010 with the aim of establishing 1 million home economic units. The main aim was to uplift the living standards of the rural people. It is being implemented successfully at present. A proposal has been made in the 2014 budget to provide a payment of 10,000 rupees for a family selecting 5 best Divinagama families in all Grama Seva divisions. Home garden owners are to be encouraged to produce seeds and plants suitable for climatic conditions in their respective areas. Another proposal in the budget was to provide a capital of 25,000 rupees without surety to 500 Divinagama families at an annual interest rate of 6%. The aim is to create successful businessmen and to improve greenhouse farms, animal husbandry and fish productions as well as handicrafts. Another pragmatic proposal during the year 2014 budget was to build 1,000 bridges next year under the program of providing transport facilities for remote rural villages. 500,000 small villagers will be benefited under this initiative. A sum of 4.5 billion rupees has been set apart from the budget for rural development. It has been planned to implement Gamanagama village upliftment and community programs, community water supply schemes and improving of education, health and livelihoods. A sum of 300 million rupees will be allocated to deploy small businesses for transport services in rural areas. The rural level programs will be implemented, coordinating it at district level and with proper cost management and the supervisory system. An allowance of 15,000 rupees will be given for district secretaries and 5,000 rupees for divisional secretaries and 3,000 rupees for directions of planning and accountants for this purpose.
Well, environmentalists say that the extinction of animal species is rapidly increasing due to human activities. Research conducted recently revealed that the house sparrow is facing the same fate at present. Well, the house sparrow is living very closely to human beings from a long period of time. Ancestors believed that this bird is bringing luck to households. They have allocated places for house sparrows to build their nest in their homes. A research conducted recently revealed that this bird population has reduced to a great extent during the past 2 decades. The head of the zoology Faculty of Colombo University, Professor Sarat Kotagama, said that the reason for this was the moving away of human beings from the traditional lifestyle. In the past, rice and cereals required for the households were produced in houses. This has changed at present with complex needs. The reason for the threat of extinction of house sparrows was the lack of space for them to build nests in new houses and the reduction in adequate food for these birds. Professor Kotagama pointed out that chemicals such as DDT and malathion, which are being used to combat the mosquito menace in houses, were poisonous for house sparrows. Another reason for the reduction of house sparrow density was the using of mosquito coils in houses. The head of the Zoology Faculty of Colombo University and environmentalist Professor Sarat Kotagama said that the research also revealed that the necessary environment has been deprived of these birds due to human activities. He noted the life of the house sparrow has been affected by human practices. The change in the structure of the houses has deprived the living places of these birds.
The year-end variety entertainment of children studying in Colombo district branches of the Carlton Preschool Group was held at Nelumpokuna Mahinda Rajapaksa Theatre this evening. President Mahinda Rajapaksa was the chief guest.
Our principal, First Lady Madam Sriranti Wickramasinghe Rajapaksa, told us that studies come first.
The Carlton Preschool Group was launched during the year 1986 based in Carlton residence in Tangol with the aim of gifting a child generation with knowledge and talents to the country. It has been expanded to 8 branches countrywide. The Carlton Preschool Group provides new knowledge for children using new education methodologies being implemented in developed countries. The Executive Director and Principal of Carlton Preschool Group, First Lady Madam Sriranti Wickramasinghe Rajapaksa, presented a memento to Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa, who was the special guest at the ceremony. Addressing the ceremony, First Lady Madam Sriranti Wickramasinghe Rajapaksa said that the main aim of the Carlton Preschool Group is to gift a child generation.
These shy kids, the little professionals they are today. As a preschool educationist, with experience spanning to many decades, I believe that the preschool is nurturing ground of the future generation. Ample proof of this statement comes from my...
The Executive Director and Principal of Carlton Preschool Group, First Lady Madam Sriranti Wickramasinghe Rajapaksa, had this to say. The Chief Priest of the Hunupitiya Gangarame Colombo, the Venerable Galabula Nyani Serathero, and several ministers and MPs, Chief Justice Mohan Piris and Ministry Secretaries were present.
Well, Sri Lanka's higher education field has been reorganized, providing equal education opportunities for all children in the country. Measures have been taken to improve facilities in universities and other higher education institutes for this purpose. This was disclosed by Higher Education Minister S.B. Disanayake when he declared open the new lecture room building at the Colombo Regional Centre of the Sri Lanka Open University today. The new building, consisting of 15 lecture rooms, has facilities for around 1,500 students to carry out their education activities. It also has multimedia projector facilities. The project was completed at a cost of 63 million rupees. The Civil Engineering Department of the Open University was instrumental in constructing the building with high quality standard at a minimum cost using structural engineering technology. The minister also opened the automatic library system and digital library. The automatic library system was prepared by using open source software. It also has administration and several other units. Secretary to the Higher Education Ministry, Dr. Sunil Jayanta Navaratna, and Vice Chancellor of the Open University, Dr. Vijitha Nanayakara, were present. Addressing the gathering, Higher Education Minister S.B. Disanayake said that this institution should be transformed to an education center to make professionals as graduates or diploma holders. He said it can fulfill a great task.
A decision has been taken to conduct an inspection on mosquito breeding places at new buildings being constructed in the Western Province. The Inter-Party Committee appointed Combat Dengue has made this initiative. The committee met this morning under the chairmanship of the Health Ministry Secretary Dr. Niyal Jayathilaka, and the decision has been taken to implement 2 national anti-mosquito weeks in the future. Legal action will be taken against persons who fail to destroy mosquito breeding places. The Health Secretary said that the number of dengue patients has been reduced to 50% compared to last year.
Well, the funeral of educationist the late R.I.T. Alice took place at General Cemetery, Borala this evening amidst a large gathering of mourners. Mr. R.I.T. Alice was born on the 3rd of October 1932 and he received preliminary education from St. Aloysius College, Gaul and St. Anthony's College, Kandy. He started his professional life as a teacher. He also served as an assistant principal of Royal College, Colombo. He was instrumental in launching D.S. Senanayake Vidyalaya in Colombo in 1967. Mr. Alice has made a great commitment to transform D.S. Senanayake Vidyalaya as a leading school in the island. The body of Mr. Alice was kept at D.S. Senanayake Vidyalaya, Colombo till 12 noon today to enable the people to pay their last respects. All religious rites were conducted. Later, the body was taken to Gateway College in Rajagiriya to perform final rites. The message of condolences sent by the President was read out by Minister Susil Premchand. The body was taken in a procession to General Cemetery, Borala. The funeral took place amidst thousands of mourners.
Well, 300 HIV-infected persons are being added annually to the list of the people living with HIV in Sri Lanka. Around 3,000 HIV-infected persons have been reported in the island so far. This was revealed at the national program held in Colombo today in connection with the International AIDS Day. 35 million HIV-infected people have been reported worldwide last year from 30 million in the year 2001. This number has been increased by 18% during the 12 years. 287 HIV-infected people were found in Sri Lanka in 2001 and 277 during the year 2012. It was a reduction of 3% compared to the statistics during the year 2001. Sri Lanka has a minimum number of HIV-infected persons in the region. It was 0.01% of the population. However, it has been found that there were a large number of infected persons in the island not detected so far. The National AIDS Prevention Program was conducted for the 26th time in succession, with the participation of large number of people in various fields. This year's theme was Zero New Infections, Zero Discriminations and Zero Deaths. It has been revealed that the unsafe sex was the reason for the HIV/AIDS. Such persons should undergo a blood test on HIV. Deputy Health Minister Lalit Dissanayake, Health Ministry Secretary Dr. Niyal Jayathilaka and Sri Lankan cricketer Kumar Sangakkara were among those present at the AIDS Prevention National Programme.
The Monaco University has won the men's championship in the 2013 Inter-University Table Tennis Tournament. Kandy University has bagged the women's championship. 10 teams participated in the two-day tournament. Kandy University was the runners-up in the men's division, while Ua University became the runners-up in the women's championship. Hasita Bandara of Kandy University has won the men's single championship. Koshila Vijay Bandara of Kandy University has bagged the women's single title.
Thanks very much for watching. Good night.